Welcome to Firefly Wrestling. My name is Nick and I will be your guide for this episode. It is episode 9 of our Grind for Greatness Challenge. We start in 1980 with $100 in the bank, not being the owner, and basically no one or any company has any popularity. If I can paint that picture really clearly, it has been a year and 3 months, and we are the third biggest company in the world. We are bigger than the WWF. Because WWF is tiny. And so is the biggest company in the world, CMLL, who are still functionally quite tiny. Though they'll probably reach small by mid-year, end of this year, I think. Though also they might go to business. 600k in debt is terrifying. On the flip side, we are nearly 7k in debt. Mostly because of my bad use of production values and production increases. Oops. Probably shouldn't got a TV deal that soon. But it's fine. It's about to run out as well. So it was a really worthwhile endeavor. But we should be fine. We do have to make sure we are 15k in the green by the end of next year. Which is still very doable. I'm liking our odds of doing it still. We are building a great few shows. We're getting great reviews. And today we have March of Contenders. If you have not been keeping up with the story so far, going into this event, we have built up probably the biggest four-way we have ever built in this company's history. We have the world champion Santanico, who is surrounded by his Dark Watch members. He is going to face off with Terry Funk, the face of the franchise, the hardcore icon. He faces Matt Bourne, one of our best performing wrestlers who have only recently brought into the company. And then lastly, the final member is the new up-and-coming force in the company, a 24-year-old Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret Hart ended last year by beating Jake the Snake Roberts to end their feud and is now targeting the Demon Santanico and all of his faction members. Terry Funk, who lost the title to Santanico, is on a bit of a rampage right now, squashing everyone he comes up face to face with. So the question is, can Santanico survive the opening contest? Well, I'm going to run the intro. I'm going to book that show and I'll be with you in just one sec. It is March of Contenders. Last year, where we were here, I think it's the same building as last year. Might be wrong on that, but I do think we are at the American Legion Post 299. Wait, no, never mind. That's where we are tonight. Yeah, we are at the American Post Legion 299. Last year was held in Morgan, California. And the main event was Jake Roberts defeating Tully Blanchard to retain the FFW World Champion. Terry Funk also defeated Joshua Ben Gurion in a 40-rated match, and by far the best match Joshua was ever a part of. Mostly because of Terry Funk. Also, Matt Bourne and the Firefly went head-to-head with a 39-rated match, as another big match on that card. In the year before then, it was Terry Funk defeating Mike Sharp in the main event for a 49-rated match, and Jake Roberts defeating Bill Anderson and the Firefly defeating Tully Blanchard. Bad event for Tully Blanchard, but at least for him, he's not on the card tonight. I think pretty much all these other bigger names kind of are in some regard or another. So, we start off with the Watchers taking on the Rock and Roll Express to crown the inaugural Tag Team Champions. Jake Roberts and Manny Fernandez should have put on a pretty fun brawl. This isn't giving them boasting to do. Manny's pretty over, so him versus Jake should get me at least points on just them being over. We then have the Tag Team Fatal 4-Way to crown the new number 1 contenders to whoever wins the tag match. And then the 4-Way to end off the night. Who is walking out with the World Championship? Well, only way to begin is by beginning. There we go. Ooh. Great wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd, great way to start the show off. The Watchers have defeated the Rock and Roll Express when the Firefly, my player character, pins Ricky Morton, the double frog splash, with help from Scorpio, one of their other faction mates. I think we're going to put like the faction like around them, like the box thing around them, because it'll make them look way cooler. But the Watchers of Aeroflash and the Firefly are now the tag team champions. The Firefly for 34, Aeroflash for 47, Robert Gibson for 42, Ricky Morton for 46, 49 segment rating. Man, one of our achievements in this game to unlock more bonuses is get a match grade of 50. That is, I think, the second 49 that I've gotten with the Firefly. He'll get there eventually. Eventually, he will get there. Also, we've got a gimmick change. He's now officially changed his gimmick to the not a real luchador gimmick, which I think is a bit of fun. He's not very charismatic and should not be used in lengthy angles. Actually, I don't think we do that anyway. I think he's normally kept pretty tight. But losing doesn't matter much. I think that's really important for someone who's probably scared. I did say at the start of the save, I want him to be kind of like that main character. And then with how good Terry Funk is and Bret Hart and Santanico, he's kind of moved back down to like tag team jobber guy. Which is fine. I'll build him back up eventually. But I think, yeah, for the meantime, this is a great gimmick for him. Losing doesn't matter as much. Doesn't have to be that charismatic. He isn't anyway. So that is fine. On to our next segment. Jake Roberts defeats Manny Fernandez, illegally using the ropes for leverage. Pretty fast match. Manny's just not that good. For someone who's very over, he's like only good at being at like a hardcore wrestling thing. So like unless he's doing that kind of matches, Jake's way better. Give Jake the win. 46 segment rating is still amazing. Excuse me. And we got a creative finish from Jake Roberts. So might as well use that. Jake Roberts should be hopefully be able to use this momentum to put himself into some sort of opportunities in the future. 45 rated match as sudden impact of Brad Armstrong and Jim Brunzell defeat the Heavenly Bodies, the Fantastics, and the Savages when Haku was pinned by the Lightning Express from Brad Armstrong. Brad Armstrong, who got a 48 in this match, which is just amazing. Jim Brunzell got a 41. Stan Lee a 31, which was, I think, the lowest in the match. Tom Pritchard a 40. Tommy Rogers a 38. Bobby Fulton a 36. Samu a 42. And Haku a 36. I mean, all round just super solid. No one's below a 30, which is what we want to see. I want every wrestler to be getting 30s or above at this point in the save. Unless, like, I've put them in a matchup they're not good at. Which has happened a few times. And now as we move to our main event. Matt Bourne defeats Santanico, Terry Funk, and Bret Hart when Matt Bourne pinned Bret Hart. Matt Bourne is the FFW World Champion, and he performed the worst in this match. Just what you want to see. Matt Bourne was also the weak link! Yay! He got a 42, Santanico a 58, Terry Funk a 67, and Bret Hart 67 for a 65 rated match. Matt Bourne is your is your new FFW World Champion. I mean, I think he's earned it. Robert Gibson was slightly overused. We got a 59 as our overall show rating, which is not bad. We're still targeting that 70 for that next achievement on event cards. But yeah, 11 regions we've gained popularity in. Santanico deserves praise, and so does Bret Hart for putting him over. Where do I find Bret Hart? There we go. Was pleased and seen pleased. That's fine. We lost 2.8k on the show because our ticket sales are only 18,000. Wonder why that is. Our ticket sales are so much lower than they have been. I will have to look into why our ticket sales don't feel as high. But our worker and show costs are still pretty good. That is all fine. And we have gained basically everywhere, which is like, I feel like this is the most important thing, is that we're gaining a comical amount everywhere right now. Which means our finances are going to have to like just spike sometime soon. Once we get to like, that critical value of like our sponsorship income and that merchandise income just going through the roof. Speaking of which, our merchandise, I think, still has about a month on it. So it should be like midway through this video. we will have that merchandise, and we can try and work out if we should up it again. Because normally when you're doing a save, it's always worth upping the merchandise. But because of like the financial situation we're in, it's probably not right now. Which is like a weird situation to be in. It's probably not worth upping the merchandise just because we need to get our finances under control. We did win the most recent battle, so that gives us our third battle. We need 5 for the next one, so I think that will be a next video thing to get our next achievement in that category. 2,600 viewers online is still very, very good. Report is drew 300 fans, awesome feedback, and we are outshining bigger companies. And there's not many bigger companies to be outshining these days, as we are still third in the world. Our merchandise is 60%, which means, we are 4 weeks away and $1,000 away. Ooh, we are so broke. Finance-wise, what is our sponsorship estimates now? 3,400. It's not too bad, but it does, we do need it to be as kind of high as completely possible. Per show, it's 1,500 in expenditure. Per month is 1,000. So that, without losing that 4,500 on production values. And we're making less than that in sponsorship. So we do need to find a way to kind of up that. And so we're not losing Comic Con money, because that's not including worker costs and whatnot. We are hemorrhaging money, but it's hopefully enough that we could bounce back fairly quickly into the future. That's the goal, at least, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Otherwise, we're in a lot of trouble. But just as Aeroflash and the Firefly have won the inaugural Tag Team Championships, Matt Bourne has taken the title off Santanico, and Santanico was not pinned for the belts. What's that going to do to Santanico? What's Matt Bourne going to do with this? It is now a 40 prestige belt as well, which is amazing to see. Okay, we have got Elevation in 13 days. I will be back for that. But until then, I've got to go book the show and probably work out what we're going to do with that TV deal. And where is this title run going? You'll have to find out in just one bit. We are back at the third ever Elevation show. This one actually happening in the Great Lakes and not happening on our normal base of California. Oops, from last episode. But we have what I think should be a pretty good card. I think we've got a target of 36 or higher to not get told off by the network, which would be bad because I just signed a new deal with them, and I don't think they'll like it very much if I mess up the first show again. But we have, I think, a fairly, big, solid show for our third ever Elevation. Hopefully it won't cost us too much money, and for the first time ever, we've got a green start show button because no one has complained, nothing like that. Everyone is actually fairly happy with the outcome of all the matches, and we're not missing anything. All good things, I would say. Okay, as we start off the show, Matt Bourne comes out to celebrate becoming the new FFW World Champion. Matt says he's earned it. He's pinned Terry Funk. He's pinned Bret the Hitman Hart. I don't think he's Hitman yet, but it's what I wrote. And now Santanico is too scared to show up tonight. Terry Funk comes out and cuts this impassioned promo. Not everything has gone his way recently. He is the face of the franchise, and he feels it's a duty to the fans that he is in that world title picture. He is the world champion. That he fulfills his job as being the face of Firefly Wrestling. So he is going to challenge Matt Bourne next month at Iron Will. That's actually a really great lot of screens. 44 promo. Matt Bourne is an amazing promo worker, but Terry Funk is. And we get Terry Funk versus Matt Bourne happening at Iron Will as our first locked-in match on the card. Oh, second. We've also got the Dark Watch versus Sudden Impact, I think. Things happening on the next card. I just can't remember when I've booked that for. Either way, we have the Rock and Roll Express. After losing the tag title match, they take on the Heavenly Bodies. Storytelling match isn't too bad. I'm not sure why Rock and Roll Express doesn't get a tag team bonus. They're one of the most legendary tag teams. One of the few tag teams that I can remember from that time. For someone who never watched any of that, I actually know the name Rock and Roll Express. Know nothing about Heavenly Bodies. But Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton take the win. Double drop kick from Robert Gibson. A lot of the tag teams are actually more over in the Great Lakes than any of my singles wrestlers are right now. So I'm kind of using this time to the tag team division can kind of go on a bit more of these shows, and the singles division can go more on these single shows later. On the bigger shows in Southwest, I think it is. 40-second raise, not bad. 36 between Jake Roberts and Manny Fernandez, with Jake Roberts hits him for DDT. Oh, something I did forget to mention, you may have seen. One, Manny, without the popularity bonus, is at a 20. Ooh. Also, there was something to be a brawl. What match have I made a brawl? Interesting, whatever. So, I want to add a, how companies have a TV title. But until I have a TV title, I want to have it be the Great Lakes Championship, because it's only going to be defended on these elevation shows. Although it is going to be won at Clash of the Elite. So kind of the idea is that, it's going to be a big gauntlet match of 5 wrestlers. And we're going to have these qualifiers each and every week. This is the first qualifier where Jake Roberts will be fighting for the Great Lakes Championship in, 2 months, I think? A month and a half? Should be fun. Also 36, which is good enough. 48! Okay, he's 2 off. I'm 2 off from getting 50 with the Firefly again. This 49 into a 48 is brutal. I just want the 50. It's not that far away. Oh, come on. Okay, the Firefly got a 35 and Brad Armstrong a 48. 48 rated match. Firefly and Brad Armstrong have great chemistry against each other, which is amazing, because Brad Armstrong seems crazy good in someone who could definitely end up being in that world title picture around the same time the Firefly will be. Damn. Actually, our commentary can even get better soon. And a 58 main event, even with Jim Neidhart off his game. And that is with Ego Trip defeating the Hart Foundation and Tully Blanchard pinning Jim Neidhart after Bret Hart accidentally hit the anvil. Bret Hart, a 69 rated performance, 49 for the Barbarian, 35 for Tully, and a 28 for Jim Neidhart. Successful creative finish. Great chemistry. I mean, I was really worried this show's going to be pressing on that border. Do we be a 37-38? This should be in the 50s, right? Or at least the mid 40s. 53 for the show. That is amazing, especially for a show in the Great Lakes. That should be getting rave reviews from everyone involved. That makes me very happy. Bret Hart needs to get some praise. And Brad Armstrong. Dear God, that's amazing. Financially, we still lost 3.5k. Because we've got no popularity in this region. But our work costs were quite a bit lower because we weren't flying too many people out. And we didn't bring as much of the luchadors in. Or as much of the overseas people in. Which is good. I'm happy we're kind of keeping that a bit lower. And not worrying about too much. I think that most of the trouble would be Jim Neidhart coming from Japan or whatever. But every region other than Southwest has gone up. And the Great Lakes has gone up to 4. So we're kind of supercharging that one up as fast as we can. Mexico is up to 7. Well, surely our sponsorship money should be getting high enough that we can sort of stop worrying about being 15k in debt. We should be 15k in the green. Either way, I actually do think it's fine. I think we are gaining so much popularity at such a rapid pace. And that's what we need. Working out when people are going to be in their prime. My player character, one we need to be getting that top rating with, will be in his prime at 30, I think is the idea. So we have until effectively year 12 to get to the point where we can start going, okay, how do we get that 100 rated match involving him to win the challenge? And I think we've got a good chance to do it. Awesome feedback again. It's exactly what we want to see. 2.6 or 2.7 nearly people were watching the show. That's amazing. Have we actually moved up company wars yet? I think we're getting pretty close. We have! We have surpassed the Capital Wrestling, the Mexico promotion. And they're 17k in the green. That's not fair. How do they have money? WWF. Are they in the green still? They are still 164k in the green. They're so rich. I am only incredibly jealous. Actually, what's their title situation? They've got no heavyweight champion, but their kind of top belt right now is Randy Savage as the holder, who's held it for 159 days. The tag team is Gene Lejon and Moondog Spot. That's fine. I'm not too worried about them doing anything big. Do you think CMLL is using Santanico? I assume he has to be like a part of the company, right? If not, that's insane. He's doing so good. He's not. Who's their champion? Can I poach him? The World Heavyweight Champion is El Kanek, who's held it for nearly 700 days. He cannot work in America yet. But he's not even that good, is he? He's not even that good. Ah, well. It was worth a try checking. Okay. So last month we did lose over 5.5k, joys. We're on track to lose a lot this month as well. This month we are losing 8k. Lord save me, I'm in a lot of trouble financially. We are falling down to this pit at rapid pace. I still, in my head, going, it's fine, it's only 3 months into a 24-month period. We should be okay at the end of the day, I think. Either way, we have Iron Will in 13 days' time. We have a world title defense on that show. We've got a number 1 contenders match on the show. More qualifiers for the gauntlet match at Clash of the Elite. And I think there's one more match on that card that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But you will have to wait and see what it is. And I will have to wait and see what I have planned. It will be in 13 days' time in-game and in just 5 seconds in real life time. Welcome back to Iron Will, our third pay-per-view of the year, kind of. I don't know what they'll call these. It's like non-elevation events. There'll be pay-per-views eventually. I'm hoping so, at least. Maybe we'll get fired next year and then it won't happen. But we have a 5-match card tonight. Actually, a lot less workers than we had on the last card, I think. Which is good. Should keep the costs down. Another green start show button, so we have no booking analysis. I'd make one change to a match I'd planned just to, keep people from being too annoyed. But that seems to be perfectly fine now. We have Matt Bourne and Terry Funk in the main event. In the middle of the show, we also have Santanico versus Bret Hart. I didn't want to put it to the start because I didn't want to risk its match quality or anything. But that is a 22-minute match. 17-minute in the main event. Tag Team Normal Contenders match. Aero Flash versus Jim Brunzell. All great, good things for the show. I'm liking where we're heading. So let's give it a whirl. 48 opening match as Aero Flash defeats Jim Brunzell 43-40 in the performance. Jim Brunzell wins after interference from Scorpio. They've got great chemistry. The Firefly and Brad Armstrong have great chemistry. I mean, what a great like little feud we're building here. I really need to run this back more and more in the future because, yeah, these guys clearly work well with each other. Good protagonists against a dark hour, clearly. Dark Watch, sorry. We'll see. We have 372 people here, so even more people in the building today. So go to our next match. Not amazing, yeah. I booked a fairly short technical masterclass match, but that's fine. Still a simmering crowd. 42 for Bob Backlund, 35 for Chris Adams, 35 segment rating. Fairly whatever match, but this was our second gauntlet qualifier, as Bob Backlund will be making it to the gauntlet match, and Chris Adams has made another loss. He is just really a jobber off Broadway, isn't he? That's depressing. 64 rated match between Bret Hart and Santanico. It was a time limit draw at 20 minutes. I don't think I established I am doing time limit draws at 20 minutes. At least for singles matches I am. Santanico and Bret Hart couldn't end up with a winner. After Santanico won the first match, back to win the Battle Leagues just nearly a year ago, about 8 months ago. They have gone 1-1 again, and Bret Hart's gotten better. Santanico's no longer world champion, but they couldn't put it away. I want to know what pulled this match down, because there's going to be a few little things that pulled this match down, right? Santanico was penalized for stamina. Yep. I think that's the only thing that penalized this match. That is just... I mean, like, what else can you ask for? Like, one penalty, a 6-4 rated match between these two guys, which will just get better if they get more and more over. Amazing to see. I'm very happy with that. Probably should be in the main event, actually, but I want to keep the world title the main event. At least for now, I want to keep the world title being the main event championship, unless it's like a big thing. To be honest, maybe that counted as being big enough. We then have the Savages defeating Ego Trip and the Fantastics. Again, Tully was going to complain, and then he saw Haku. And apparently, Haku has to get everyone out of complaining. The Barbarian got a 53. I mean, yeah, we set this to a wild brawl. 53 from the Barbarian. Oh my, yeah. If I keep giving this guy brawls, he's going to keep just being the best performer in the company, I think. Or one of the best. Not Bret Hart, Santanico, Terry Funk levels, but might be 4th, I think. Chain crowd rating didn't go over with the crowd as much, but still a 48 segment rating is great. And a 57 segment rating for the main event. Matt Bourne was off his game, but he did defeat Terry Funk with the bridging German suplex. And he's made his first defense of the World Championship. But with Bret Hart versus Santanico meant to be being a number 1 contenders match, who will be facing him at Clash of the Elite in not a very long time from now? We gain popularity in 11 regions. Let's see if we've managed to go up in all of them. That's kind of the goal. Terry Funk, you are amazing. I love you, Terry Funk. Who else put on a great performance in a loss? I mean, Aero Flash is the obvious one. Doing great work. Only losing less than 2k this month, 1.9 effectively. Ticket sales being at 2.6k is amazing. Post-show finances, oh, we're nearly 20k in debt. Oh, I was making fun of all these companies. Okay, we didn't actually go up in all these other regions, which is a bit disappointing. But that's fine. I actually didn't look what the actual shows overall rating was. I'll have to look at that in a sec. But we have gone up in the Southwest to a 24. Puts us 11 points. So probably about a year away from making it to medium size, which I think should be enough. This is one of the new gens. I didn't think this game would allow new gens, just because of how the mode was set up. But it does. It does actually expect new gens in the game, I think, which is cool. This is a Japanese one, I think. Ah, it's gone. Well, that's a shame. We have completed our merchandise upgrade. Epic. I'll go take a look at that in a second. 2.9. That is amazing. There we go. Iron Will. Awesome. Amazing to see. Can I click on it? I can. 57 show rating. A 70 is still the number we are targeting right now. I don't think it's going to happen until Crowning Glory, but I think it probably will happen at Crowning Glory. We have a second biggest company in the world. Just, again, stellar to see like all that growth, all that improvement. 4 in the Great Lakes. Merchandise. Would the next level give us individual? No, we would not. Okay. So this would be $100 per week for 5% of progress. What would Rapid cost us? 10% progress, $250 a week. Okay. So in the grand scheme of things, that will cost us $2,500 and take until probably end of like no. You'll probably take us till the end of next episode, if not start the episode afterwards. At the next level, we gain $2.5 per fan in attendance, which is 2.5 times the amount we're getting now. I'm trying to really mental math right now. But right now, so we got 195 in merch. That would go up. It would over double, which is a decent amount of money. I don't think it would cover at all the per month running costs. and we'll get 5 per popularity point per region in the mail order. Basically, yeah. So per region, we would get 5 instead of 3. It was 1.6 times, which I actually don't think is a great deal. I actually don't think that's probably going to be worthwhile for us, which is a shame because I would love if it was. So I think we're going to leave the merchandise for now while we try to not go completely broke. Dear God, that's terrifying. But we do have Elevation 4 as the last show on today's episode. I will come back for that just in a sec. I actually need to work on booking for that show because I don't think I've thought that one through completely yet. See you all in just a bit. We are back in the Great Lakes for Elevation 4. It is the last show of the episode. And we have a 4-match card. Hopefully should be pretty good. Definitely not going to be one of our best cards, but the goal is above a 36 still, and I think this card should be easily above a 36 at the very least. I feel like, the main event should carry it enough. The rest of the matches on the card will be solid enough, I think, but it might be a bit close from the last couple of weeks. I think we got like a 53 last show, 52 the show before. Either way, let's get straight into it. Ooh, we have a opening promo that got a 49 segment rating. Matt Bourne comes out and starts gloating. He's got no more title contenders, he says. They've all taken each other out, trying to reference the time limit draw between Bret Hart and Santanico. He says he can take next month off. He'll just show up to mid-year reckoning and have half his contenders out fighting in the battle leagues. The crowd are saved by mostly my incoherent ramblings at this point. By Bret Hart, who tells Matt Bourne that he has proved time and time again he has earned that title shot. And at Clash of the Elite, he is going to take it. Santanico then comes out demanding his rematch. He demands a world title he should have never lost. It wasn't him who got pinned. Matt Bourne then tells him, fine, fight it out. And I will face the winner of that Clash of the Elite. And so Santanico and Bret Hart will be a one-on-one match to be the number 1 contender to Matt Bourne at Clash of the Elite. Next match, 43. Not too bad. Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, the Fantastics, defeat the Heavenly Bodies, who got a 37 and a 39. Really just solid, good match in all of them again. I'm pretty happy with that, I think. 43 segment rating is always good. Crowd ratings are weirdly high. I think these guys are actually quite over in the region. It's probably what contributed to the match rating as well being pretty good. Great way to start the show off. We've got a white-hot crowd as we can disappoint them with Scorpio vs. Brad Armstrong, which got a 39 still. I interfered in the match, helping Scorpio defeat Brad Armstrong. I thought this is meant to be said as this is another one of our Gauntlet qualifier matches, and Scorpio will be in the Gauntlet. And Brad Armstrong has been taken out again, and he will but he will be able to get his revenge, hopefully, at the next show at March Contenders, when Sudden Impact, him and Jim Brunzell take on Aeroflash and the Firefly. 39 segment rating, still higher than I expected for this match, which I will take. Crowd rating is way lower. Yup, and a 26 is, the match I did not think was going to be very well. Mike Sharp, only a 25. Not great. Bill Anson, a 17. Very not great. This match is not good. I expected as much. That's fine. Doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, also, this is another Gauntlet qualifier, by the way. Mike Sharp is also in the Gauntlet, which rounds out. Going in the Clash of the Elite, we have 4 of the 5 competitors who have qualified for the Gauntlet. The other one will be a mystery on the day, but it currently contains Mike Sharp, Scorpio, Bob Backlund, and Jake the Snake Roberts, who will be walking out with the world title. Then at 49 to end off the show, Santanico and Bret Hart have a great chemistry. Santanico 60, Bret Hart 51. And the match descended into chaos when Matt Bourne came out and attacked both of them it is... Oh, there is no main event for Clash of the Elite right now. I mean, what is the plan at Clash of the Elite? Because we've got two number one contenders who have not been able to actually log a victory over the other one. We will have to see what happens. So we finish off the show. 49 rated match to end off the show. 46 overall rating. We are still so far above that 36 rating. I'm no longer worried we're ever going to hit, we're ever going to drop below it again. Yeah, that's amazing. Santanico and Bret Hart can both get some praise. Santanico was very happy. I do not see that one pretty much ever. That must give him great boosts. That's not a great boost financially as we go down 3.3k. But our work costs are actually quite low. So that's good at least. I'll take that. We'd like to recap. We have gone up quite a lot of places. Weirdly enough, not Mid-Atlantic, not Midwest, and not Southeast. Not a clue why not those regions, but the rest of it has all gone up. And again, that should mean more money, which is all I really want at this point. Please, can I stop being broke? I just want the money. We're so far in debt. I always love looking at these random profiles, seeing there's any super fun wrestlers or whatever. Anyone I can just, because I've only played one save before this, and I found 3 or 4 wrestlers just by being on that screen and seeing great wrestlers I just hadn't looked at before. Very positive show, always good. Anything else here super important? Not really. Elevation viewing figures 2.9, nearly at 3k for the show is great. We are 21k in debt and just, spiraling out of control debt-wise. So we're going to have to hope and pray that we not get fired immediately. But until, we will have to find that out in some future episodes, and hopefully we can turn around next episode and start losing less money per month. This one might be more. Either way, I am going to have to call this video here. Next episode, we'll be back for Clash of the Elite, where we have to see the fallout of Matt Bourne's attack, and who will he defend the title against at Clash of the Elite. We have the tag team first defense as they defend against Brad and Jim of Sudden Impact. We also will crown our first ever FFW Great Lakes champion with a new, well, not necessarily new, but a mystery opponent added into that match. You will have to all wait and see. And in the meantime, I've been the Firefly. Like, subscribe, all those YouTube things. See you in a bit.